Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy if you're new, and I am going to share my makeup inventory for the beginning of 2018 in this video. So what I did is I actually went through my entire makeup collection and wrote how many items I had in each category. I also did this for my skincare, body care, and like hair care as well. So I don't want this video to be too long, but if you're interested in like the skincare and body care type stuff, I could do a separate video with that inventory and like my goals for that. But I thought today I would just share my makeup inventory and what my goals are for the end of 2018. I will be doing a makeup collection type videos coming up in the next couple of months. I'll section it off into different categories like eyes, lips, face, that sort of thing, and show you what I actually have in each category. So to get started, I wrote down in my little More Creating notebook. I think I got this at TJ Maxx and it's really cute. But this is like my YouTube notebook. So I wrote down all the categories that I have with the number that I have, and then I also wrote down what I want my, as a piece of paper falls out, what I want my year-end goal to be. So we'll just go down the category, go down the list. So I have 4 face primers and I would like 1 by the end of the year. And most of my face primers are deluxe size samples. I have 1 full size. So I would like to use up all the deluxe size by the end of the year. I have 4 eye primers, which is way too many. I really only need 1, but my goal is to have 2. So, and I think all of them are actually full-size samples, or full-size products. Setting spray, I have 2 and I'd like to have 1. Foundation, I have 3 and I'd like to have 2. I'm actually thinking of getting the L'Oreal Lumi foundation, so that will bump it up, but I would still like to have 2 foundations by the end of this year. I have 2 color correctors. One is actually a small palette. I would like to have just the palette by the end of the year. Concealer, I have 4. 2 are on the way out. I just need to use them up. So at the end of this year, I'd like to have just 2. Powder, I have 4. I'd like to have 2. I have 6 highlighters, and that's not including highlighter palettes. That's in a different category, and I would like to have 4. It might end up being just that I declutter whatever I'm not using by the end of the year, just because highlighter's a really hard thing to go through. Blush, I have 13. I put at the end of the year I would have 12 because I don't think I've ever used up a blush before. Bronzer and contour I put in 1 category and I have 4, and I would like to have 3 by the end of this year. I think I can use up my Physician Formula Butter Bronzer up by the end of this year. I have 5 eye palettes. Last year I decluttered a ton because I wasn't reaching for like half of my eye palettes. So I would by the end of this year like to have 4. It more likely, while I do plan to do a pan that palette, I think it'll probably be one that I might be decluttering that I just am not reaching for, but I want to see how I do this year. I have 10 eye singles. I decluttered a ton of eye singles this past year. I do not reach for them. There are, like a handful that I do like, but I really just reach for my palettes over singles. So I would like to focus on my singles and move some of them out, but I know I just know myself and how I use makeup. So my goal for single eyeshadows is 7 by the end of this year. I have 6 eyeliners. I have 3 liquid, 1 cream eyeliner, which is actually like a pencil, eye pencil really, like a eyeshadow stick, I mean. But I put it in the eyeliner category, and then I have 2 pencils. So by the end of the year, I'd like to have 3. So 1 liquid eyeliner, 1 pencil, and then 1 cream or shadow stick. I actually only have 2 mascara, and they are both deluxe size samples. So by the end I know I will use them up probably in the next 3 or 4 months, and I would like to just stick with 1 mascara. Brows, I have 7. That's a lot for brows. I do use 3 products in my eyebrows on a regular basis, so I would like to just have 3 by the end of the year, and I actually just used up my NYX Micro Brow this morning, so I'm down to actually 6. Lip liners, I have 4. I decluttered a ton that I was not using last year, and I would like to be down to 2. I have 2 that I think I can really use up, and then the other 2 are like more vibrant colors that I just don't think I'll probably use up. by the end of the year. I have a lot of lip products, and I divided it into several different categories. So lip liners, lipstick, I have 20. A lot of them are actually deluxe size samples from like kits and stuff that I get at Sephora. I would like to have 15 by the end of the year. Lip gloss, I have 9. I'd like to have 6 by the end of 2018. Liquid lipsticks, I have 18. I used to have like almost, I think close to 30, and I decluttered a lot last year just because I do love liquid lipsticks, but there's only a couple of formulas that I really love. And that is the Wet n Wild Catsuit, the Maybelline, what is it called, like Stay Matte or something like that, whatever that new line is that they have out, and then the Kat Von D. I do have other brands that are nice and that I use, but those aren't they're not my favorites. So I would like to go down from 18 to 15 by the end of this year. Lip balms, I have 8 and 2 samples, which are the Bite Beauty little samples. So I kind of put that separately because those are kind of easy to use up. But I would like to have 4 by the end of this year. Face palettes, which is I have a contour palette, I have an Hourglass face palette, and then I have several highlighting palettes. So I have 5 of those. I plan to just have 5 at the end of the year. I'm definitely not going to use them up, and I love all of them, so I don't think I'm going to declutter any. I did do a category for false eyelashes, even though I rarely use them, but it is part of my makeup collection. So I have 2 false eyelash sets, and then I have 1 glue. And at the end of this year, I'd like to have just 1 false eyelash like set or pair, and then 1 glue. So I have 145 makeup items, and but a lot of it is lipstick. And so I have a hard time using up lipstick. If you've followed me for a while at my project pans, I have a hard time using up that stuff. So I would like to get down from 145 to 98 by the end of this year. I think I can do it. I really do, as long as I'm not purchasing a whole bunch. So in 2017, as I reflected back on last year, I bought a lot. I made Platinum at Ulta, and I made Sephora VIB Rouge last year. So that right there is at least $1,400. Wait, what is Platinum at Ulta? It might be $450. So that was at least like $1,450 that I spent on makeup. Yes, some of it was gifts because I bought a lot of like makeup or skincare type stuff for Christmas for family members and friends, but it's still a lot of damn money that I spent. And a lot of it, I decluttered a lot in last year. I didn't really show it on my channel, but I did do several big declutters that I gave to my sisters. So I really want to pay attention this year to what I'm spending and what I'm using up. So this year, some of my goals are in my empties. I think I'm pretty successful at empties. Like, those videos are long and I use up a lot of products each month. It's not necessarily a ton of makeup, but I do go through things. So this year I'd like to keep a tally of how much I'm actually using up in a dollar amount. I did not do that in the past. I do know that some project painters here on YouTube every month tally up how much they actually used up in money. So I'm going to do that this year just to see how much I'm actually using up versus how much I'm spending, and then obviously keeping track of what I am spending. So this is my birthday month, so I placed an order at Sephora, and it was just a mascara so that I could get my birthday gift. And then I have a coupon at Ulta, and like you get your free birthday gift. So I do think I'm going to purchase that foundation that I mentioned sometime this month. But what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to do a new type of video. So I know that you probably are all very familiar with anti-hauls here on YouTube. Kimberly Clark, who is literally, if not my favorite, one of my favorite YouTubers. She is a drag queen here who used to live in New York, now lives in New Orleans, and she started the anti-haul amazingness. And that's where you show products or talk about products that you're not going to buy and that you don't need, and kind of putting an anti-consumerism perspective on what we do here on YouTube. So at the end of the month, while my take on it is at the end of each month, that'll probably follow or go right before my empties videos at the end of the month, is showing you what I did not buy and what I wanted to buy but I did not buy and that I did not need. And then I am going to do like a haul within that if it's applicable with products that I did buy. So I'll show you what I actually did spend my money on. So it's probably counterintuitive to do an anti-haul and a haul together, but I figured it would be better put together to see what I looked at and what I didn't actually buy versus what I did buy and if I liked it or not. So that's kind of my plan for this year and meeting those goals. So I would, you know, going back to like my makeup inventory, I have 145 makeup items. I'd like to have 98, so I'd like to use up 47 items by the end of this year. And that I think is doable. So I do have a plan to do a pan that palette, but that'll come in the next couple of weeks for you to see what I am planning to do for that project. And I do have lined up already the first seasonal project pan that I'm going to do for 2018, and I'm going to try and incorporate products that in all my seasonal project pans for 2018 that are older in my collection and that I really need to use up, and see if I actually can use it up or if it's something that I just don't like and that's why I didn't reach for it in so long, and declutter it. So that's my goal kind of for this year. I am doing a Finish 18 in 2018. That's a Instagram only project pan, so I posted that on my Instagram, I guess maybe a week or so ago. So I'll link my Instagram down below if you're interested in seeing what products I put in that project. It is a variety of skincare, makeup, hair care, and maybe, I can't remember if there's body stuff in it or not. But I actually went through all of my collections, makeup, skincare, so on, and all of the old stuff that really needs to be used up this year or stuff that's I know is going to expire this year, I put in that project to try and use it up because our stuff goes bad and we need to use it up. So that was my goal for that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this makeup inventory. I know it was a little all over the place, but I tried to put my thoughts down on paper so it was a little bit more cohesive for you to understand, or coherent for you to understand. I am looking forward to 2018, using up my stash and enjoying the products that I have, not just using up to use up. Sorry, there was like a fluff flying around. And tallying my empties to see how much I'm actually using up versus how much I'm spending. I'm interested to really crack down on that and see how I do. Let me know what your goals are for 2018, and whether it's makeup related or life related or whatever it may be. I did, you know, map out some goals that I have just overall for my life, not just makeup, but I didn't know if that would be really very interesting to share here on YouTube. If you are interested, let me know and I can do that. But thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and please subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in my next video very soon. Take care.